I totally agree. They asked, you guys asked for these rankings, and they asked over there about that. And, I can name 4 or 5 teams right off the top of my head that, they're all going to be tough. They got a lot of people coming back. I'm happy to hear we're still up in that ranking because we lost a lot of good players. I think people overlook us a little bit, but kids are working hard. Like you said, you got Ligonier Valley. It's always a big school. They work hard. They got a good program down there. They're always competitors. Penns Manor got the whole offense and defensive line back, minus Danny Ferentz. You got Homer Center, who got everybody back, and they just came up a little bit short last year. Blairsville got everybody back also. New head coach, but he's been there already, so it's not going to be much difference for the kids. Marion Center's a young team. I totally agree. It's going to be everybody's at the top of the heap. It's going to be a good competition this year. Heritage Conference will be a good place to watch some football. You know what? Skill positions. D'Artagnan Suchar is probably our best skill player coming back. He's probably on people's radar. He had a pretty nice junior year and sophomore year also. Derek Baker's another guy who played a lot for us last year, the slot back. Running backs be by committee more or less. We have some sophomores too that can run the ball. Nobody of great size, so we're going to spread the ball out a lot this year, I believe. Our strength, I would say, is probably going to be a little bit different than last year. We had Alex Atkins at the O-line and linebacker, but we had some quarterbacks and receivers and running backs, 3-year starters. This year it's a little different. Our line, our senior core group of line, we probably have 8 or 9 strong linemen on the defense and offense side of the ball, and some big boys, a couple 300-pounders. They're working hard in the off season. So, I think our strength's going to be our line, which is always important. I'm not saying anybody can carry the ball, but, no one can run through a hole that's not open. So, it's definitely going to be surrounded by our line on both sides of the ball. Oh, well, actually, it's going to be D'Artagnan Suchar. He played a little bit last year. He was our number 2 quarterback. We put him in to change offense up a little bit if we need somebody who was giving us a hard time on defense. He has another aspect with his legs. He's just not a throwing quarterback. He's like a running back playing quarterback. So, as of right now, he's the number 1 QB going into camp. So it's going to be a little bit different. He's not. Jeff Hogan was a heck of an athlete, but Jeff Hogan could throw a nice ball, and he was more of a pocket passer. D'Artagnan Suchar is going to he's going to add another dimension for us running the football. So it's going to keep people on the toes. You know what? I'd love to say that. He's a heck of a ball player. Danny Ferentz was an unbelievable ball player with his cutting ability and whatnot. D'Artagnan Suchar, he's up there. He's going to be hopefully similar. You know what it's going to be? It'll be just different guys because we don't necessarily have that power guy or that speed guy. We got a bunch of guys that have a little bit of a both. You know what I mean? We might have one guy's a little more powerful, one guy's a little more speedy, but it's not a drastic difference. Both sets of guys will finish a run, and both sets of guys got a little bit of speed. So they're pretty well-rounded running backs. Linebackers. Obviously, everybody in the conference knew about Alex Atkins. He's going to play football at the next level playing linebacker. And then we also had another senior linebacker, Evan Ludwig, he's a great linebacker, steady as could be. So we're missing a few linebackers. But our D-line, like I said, we got some big boys. We're probably going to try to keep our D-line, keeping people occupied, and we're going to have some quicker, smaller linebackers flying around and taking people out. I sure hope so. I really do. I believe we can. I see these kids working, I have them 3 times a week for open season workouts right now. We're getting together even more now towards camp rolling around. They're working hard, and, they're just kids out there. And, all those teams you just mentioned have a lot of people coming back. We have a lot of people coming back, not maybe people who are on people's radar, but we have about 6 starters on both sides of the ball coming back, which, once you lose the players we lose, it'd be hard to regroup. But I think we'll be just fine, and, we'll compete with those guys. And, I'm excited to see what happens.